Going live, going live, going live, going live, and we are live. All right. Shout out to the people tuning in. The SouFLoTV. We haven't been live in a while. We have been having some technical difficulties with the sound and all these things. But we're gonna talk with talk, right? Because we have some time today. And I hope the people tune in and catch this talk. I don't even know if they are gonna tune in because a lot of people don't expect me to go live on a Sunday. But me there. All right. Now, shout out to the people. I usually say shout out to the people coming in from work, going to work, and all these things because I'm so used to going live in the morning time and not right now. But anyhow, here we go. The chat room is open and the phone lines are open. That means you can call the number on the screen 1-806-587-8953. Speak your mind, voice your opinion, and all these things. As you come in, please tell me if you can hear me or not. This is also a test before we go live tomorrow morning to make sure that our sound is okay. Una can hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? All right, goodies, great goodies. Big up yourself. Thank you for that first affirmation. Clearly, Ronell Honor says, thank you, thank you. All right, if the sound cut out, please let me know. All right, I don't know what was happening in Jamaica. The plan was to sneak away for 8 days to Jamaica, go refresh myself, and then come back. But I also planned to go live while I was in Jamaica, so nobody would miss and notice that I was not here. But we were having a lot of problems in Jamaica. Every time we went live, the sound would cut off in about 5 minutes into the live. So I wanted to know if maybe it's because we passed the computer through the whole heap of technology, something that they have at the airport, and it did something to the sound card in the computer and all that. The words you used is Vybz. Vybz, CPs, loud and clear. So why in JA I could not hear you, but now I can? The internet system in JA need to upgrade to 5G. I don't know why, but I'll tell you that the internet system in Jamaica is super fast because when I upload a video in Jamaica, the video is uploaded in like 2-3 minutes, whereas it would take double that time to upload a video in the US. Let's hope we don't lose sound. All right, this live is fixing to run for about an hour to an hour and 15 to 30 minutes. All right. So let me start off properly by saying this. Shout out to the fathers, them. I already put out my video this morning that says shout out to the good fathers. We don't deal with deadbeat daddy. I have a thing against deadbeat daddies. It's a personal thing, right? Not saying my daddy was a deadbeat daddy, but me know too much youth that didn't have their daddies there, right? A man where you used to see dress up and go down the road and keep whole heap of woman and him was a gallus and all this. Never really took care of their kids. So we vowed to never be one of those, right? We want to be celebrated. So big up to the fathers, them, the good father, them, whether you're a stepfather or immediate father, you deserve all the honor, all the respect, all the love, everything like that. And to the woman, them who have one of these men in your life, then do him something today good, right? I don't know where I go do him, but do him something good. You know, me said do him something good, do him something good today. Celebrate him today, right? Most of the time, all we need is a little appreciation, and that's it. We already got the rest covered. God made us as men, and men stand up. You know what I mean? We are real warriors, so we fight the fight, and we do all the other things: the protect, the provide, the honor, the love, the respect, the everything. We just need a little bit of appreciation back in return. So big up to the fathers, them, and for the people who are putting up R.I.P. Daddy, then my condolences goes out to you because it's always rough losing a good parent. Yeah, that way. It's Father's Day. It's 2024. Today is also wifey's birthday. Shakira's birthday ended up falling on Father's Day. So we're celebrating Father's Day and I'm celebrating my wife's birthday at the same time, right? So help me wish wifey a happy birthday as well. For those of you who engage her content on social media, go over and just say a quick happy birthday for me, please. And that's that. That's all she says she wants is a happy birthday. So happy birthday to wifey and happy Father's Day to all the good father them out there, right? I got so much I want to talk about, but we're gonna stick to two topics now because my head just a run. You gotta understand, I just got off of the plane. We got in here last night and all these other things. So late night flight delayed, and I'm feeling pumped up and energized. I look better. I'm looking at myself and I'm like, just a few days in Jamaica and I look better. Just I look for myself and thinking that. You know what I mean? So much to talk about, man. But big up to Jamaica. I will be back soon and very, very soon. Can't left you out. Yeah, I'm heartbeat. Jamaica. And I love my people too. Jamaicans far and wide, home and abroad. Love for all my Caribbean people. But you don't know, man think they are Jamaica. So, you know, me, I big up Jamaica always. But shout out all the other Caribbean islands as well. I know every one of them who come from these islands have the same kind of feeling about their island that I do about mine as well. Yeah? Right. Going for 1 month soon, pussy galore. Boy, I'm gonna envy you, you know, because I'll be right back again. And oh gosh, this one was well spent. Yeah. It, every time I go to Jamaica, it just make me know what I'm missing out on. And it just put me back in perspective, you know. Man, that they are far in a ramp. No ramping thing when we're there. So we really they are look it for real. So we could set ourselves up in a way in life that we want to live. Yeah, that way. Boy, Jamaica sweet. Oh God, man. But let's start out. So the two topics we have, right, that we're gonna talk about today is the Vybz Kartel situation, because as you know, Friday was supposed to be the deadline for that. The judge originally said this will not go past Friday. And guess what? It gone past Friday. Because the next time we hear the finalization of this should be Tuesday coming. So that should be the 17th, 18th. It should be the 18th when we will hear, will there be a retrial? Will Vybz Kartel be able to walk out? Will they completely dismiss the case? Or will they let them out on bail and then pending a retrial and all kind of stuff? We're going to talk about that. But let me start out with something else first, just to warm up the room and get the people them in here. So I'm in Jamaica, right? And I'm noticing a shift in the culture. Like, what happened to the man them? What happened to Jamaican man them? Big up to the Jamaican women. Jamaican women are like real hustlers. Shout out to the man them too. Some of them are hustlers. But the bag of begging thing that y'all doing, and y'all begging strangers and you approach aggressively begging. It don't look good. It don't. Let me give you a story. So I got Sharkies, right? And I said, yo, I always wanted to eat at Sharky's because I want to try the seafood. And they're located right on the beach. So this has got to be some good seafood. So we pull up at Sharky's. No whole but no talk. I spent like 200 and something US dollars. Just that amount of seafood is what. Cause wifey, I request this and she request that. And they're telling me, oh, you can't have it like this. You have to order everything separately. So by the time we order everything separately, you come up to over 200 and something US dollar. When I'm in Jamaica, me no mind spend the money because that's where I work the money figure, spend the money. I tell people that all the time. Don't complain about the good stuff you get when you back on the island, because it's not the same good stuff y'all get when you're there foreign. Sharkies, big disappointment. But I'll do another review on Sharkies. Big disappointment. But I'm in the venue, I jump out of the car, I'm here. Psst, come here. When since we start call man new new generation Jamaican men, we don't call man man up after man. So I jump out of the car and I walk. I'm walking up into Sharky's to go order my food, and a brother stand up behind a tree. It's getting dark in the evening, and this brother is standing behind a tree. Him come out from behind the tree and go so. I'm just stand up there and look upon him, you know. I'm looking at him like, you really stopped at me, dog. Eh? As a next man. And him start make hand signal if we can give him something for smoke or something for eat. We not do them signal that to man, brother. what is? What that look what that look like too no? But I start off wrong already with your psst. Come here. I call me behind tree. We don't call man behind tree. We don't stuff the man. We don't hey we think of a code, you know. We think of a code. And it hurts me to see how things are changed. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things we just don't do. As Jamaican men, we just not do certain things. And it angered my spirit. So me flash him off and walk go where me I go and get my food or put my order in. It took like 30, 40 minutes to get your food at Sharky's. For those of you who, if you ever go there, is a wait, right? Went down on the beach because they're located on the beach. Why one next brother now? No, me a 6'5", 250 pound, you know. Yeah, no found to meet me in a person. I said, damn, SouFLo big. You're big for real. Me never know you did that big. This a brother bigger than me. Him bigger than me. Him turn up behind one neck sitting out on the beach. Wagwan big boss. And he said it with so much emphasis. Wagwan big boss. Me stand up and look on the brother just like this. You know, like when somebody fart and you try to figure out who in the room fart or you smell something stink. I gave him that same face. I was just like, and you know, me stare upon him so long, I had no words come out my mouth. And the brother looked, he looked for me for about a good 5-10 seconds. And the man just turned and go the next way. Because I guess he knew I wasn't going to entertain it. I there begging them go on with Wagwan big boss. By the time we turn the next corner, what me general? How I'm supposed to be a general? Me don't know you. So how me become your general? Eh? Ain't general for somebody where we know, somebody where do things for we before, somebody where uplift we in a some kind of way, somebody where achieve great things in our circle. And you say, yeah man, I'm a dog, I'm a general that. Yes, I call strange man your general and they're behind tree or top stuff the man and I come here and I go on big boss. And I bet give me a thing now. Give you a thing. Give you a thing. The woman them in Jamaica, right? The woman them in Jamaica are out hustling the man them in a Jamaica. I not ask them, I tell you. So the man them need to straighten up. The woman them are working hard as hell. I mean not care if them are sell front or if them or if them are sell fruits and vegetables or if them are sell clothes or if them selling services. Whatever it is they're selling, they working. They working, they hustling. I love it. I love it. Yo, me there at Jamaica. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you, I'm so motivated seeing my people work. As somebody do something for me, me not rich enough. I'm not rich. I work hard. I save my money and me try use it to uplift other people. Me drop a $1,000 tip. Yes, me drop a $2,000 tip. That's a me drop a $5,000 tip. That's a wife here asked me how much you tip that person that just now. Me say $5,000. She said, what? You're generous, man. You know, just to try uplift people and make them feel good about themselves. But then, brother, you beg. Brother, if you wipe my car glass, me not run you. I see a man cuss a youth to wipe him car glass. Come out of the car, go on like him want draw a gun on the youth. Them wipe my car glass, shove the youth a $1,000. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody might have it to give, but I'm just saying, if you doing something, I don't care. Go wipe some car glass. Go pick some Aki and sell them. Me down there look for Aki to buy and Aki scarce. I'm say whole heap of tree with Aki on it. They tell me so no, pick the Aki them and open and clean up the Aki them and bag them up so people can get them. That is how you get money. And if we see you doing that, me will pay for the Aki plus give you a nice little something to encourage yourself. And what me I give you is more than what I'm paying you for the Aki. You know what I'm saying? But do something, man. But cut out this rotted begging. The time when me come from in a Jamaica, we not beg. We don't beg. We're so full of pride. We the kind of people where if me are dead for thirst and you're there right next to me, me tell my audience this before. Me's a man where we dead for thirst before me turn to you and talk about beg you little like your water, no, me thirsty. No, I was raised to go find my own water. Which part water there? Me will ask you where you get the water from. And then I will go there and try get some water for myself. But them youth here nowadays, them want everything like ready-made. Make something go on for me now. After you're not a girl, you're not a girl. What I'm supposed to make go on for you as a man? And that rotted something there. It just rubbed me the wrong way, yeah, man. I mean, I want no man rub me in any kind of way at all. And that just rubbed me, it just rubbed my spirit the wrong way. So I felt like I needed to start off by saying that. You know what I'm saying? free up world boss, yes. Big up the Jamaican woman them. Because they on them thing. And like I said, whether they must sell front or side or back or fruits and vegetables or clothes or mama have some kind of hustling going on, multiple hustling going on. She making sure that mouths are fed and she earning something. I didn't see not one woman ask me for $1. I didn't see not one woman begging anybody. But the man them feel like said this is a job that they can take up, and I'm trying to tell them to stop it. A whole heap of people at Jamaica want them yard clean up. Beg somebody buy you a weed whacker. Beg somebody buy you a machete and a hoe and a fork or something. Go farm up some land. Go help a farmer upon him farm. But there's so many things to be done where you can make a little bit of money. You just come out with your big old 6'6" self. You look like you should be in the Olympics representing Jamaica. The last guy, may I tell you about? I swear to God, him look like him should have there Olympics. The man big and fit and strong, like him could have lift up the whole of the place. And then they talk about, oh, I'm big boss. And the way him say big boss and the yo, no, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. So from now on, when you see me, you see, demand them. When you see me, you see if you're not going with nothing, don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. You're gonna upset my spirit. And the last one now, but they are Duns River Fall. Me I come out of the Duns River thing, and a brother him I come talk about. Come this way, come this way. Don't be intimidated. I can tell you're a Jamaican. You're a Jamaican, the truth. Don't be intimidated, man. Come this way. Hey, hello. Don't use them word to me. It's a trigger word. It crossed my spirit so bad. I don't know if you want to make wifey tell about it, how my reaction was, but don't be intimidated. What am I supposed to be intimidated with? Eh? You know, I'm mad like the rest of you, but don't be intimidated. Live on the air with SouFlo. You hang up, you're on gone. Don't be intimidated. Somebody say, yo, don't use no intimidated word with me like about intimidated. Intimidated about what? Me in my place. What am I supposed to be intimidated by something? You know? I'm big up to the tall brother who say you do a show upon me, or a video upon me or something. I need to talk to you about it and give you the real story. You can call me. You can call me. See? And if it's wrong, I'll correct it. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good afternoon.
Yeah, well, go on. Bless up.
Mothers and respect family. Me there, what?
Yeah, me there. I can't tell kids want to talk about
all right, so you are going to start it off then. Here we go.
You understand? I want to talk about.
All right then.
Yeah, because me see something go on in the media because the judge look like she do the right thing, You understand?
Oh, you're the point.
Yeah, she do the right thing. They say because even when you listen to the whole argument from the DPP, they now know that everything they have told me is like, a lot of things I'm see them say when I make a sense. How the hell, say, amend the bail act, but yet still, willing to break the law to give this man bail just to go and retire. You ever think about that? You see that?
I'm going to get into all that. The bail act was amended in November of 2023.
Yeah, but yet still one year they couldn't give bail because the lady had said the bail act was amended so Vybz Kartel eligible for that. But the prosecutor them said, we need to give bail. So basically they want to broke the line to give this man bail, They saw them breach the man's constitution rights in so many ways again. They want to call up the case again, but just sit to a retrial.
Yeah, but them have to go make it right, At least.
Yeah, them have to.
Yeah.
Them have. They not is a kangaroo court thing about Jamaica.
But you know like what you just said. You said it looked like this judge. You notice that the icon for this video, me put the judge face on it because the judge here, they're on the right part. And that me want.
Yeah, that's a video out there, Watch up on YouTube. They can't watch it. Then they watch it. All the age that when they tell how to become a liar, why to become a liar, they can't check that out on YouTube.
All right. Come never see her before, but me read up on
her.
Yeah,
you need to watch her video because you see her uncle, I think her uncle in charge of murder. And she never like have the money, like the family on the money. So because she was done one journalist one weather lady. You understand? For read news, a
meteorologist. Yeah, man, you're right. Meteorologist.
Yeah. So she said, no, she said her grandparents said no. But she said after 2 days, then they eventually let her uncle. You understand? Got them poor, them come and said, Mary, you can't watch her thing, man.
All right, will do. I
said her husband is a defense lawyer, you know, where defense, where people get accused, whatever. You understand?
Okay.
We don't do our whole research for that, man.
See?
But you see that woman, she ever do it right. Because you know that the prosecutor didn't understand. How the hell you have to admit that when you breach the man right, but it was justified.
It was justified. All right. Let me go off of that what you just said. Since we're talking, I don't want to forget certain things. When they said that his constitutional rights were breached, but it was justified, I said that is like saying the man there raped the girl there, but it was justified. There is no justification to breaching of your constitutional rights. If there is, then there's no use for the Constitution. But guess what I learned too?
Yeah.
I learned that in Jamaica, your constitutional right can be breached.
Yeah. I know it's a Vybz Kartel case. It's exceptional. Because you see that case here, I show up the justice system. You can imagine because the one them prosecutors is so proud, you know, when them go to court, they already know the answer already. So Vybz Kartel case now expose all of that, the corruption and everything with them are going for years.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Because, you know what we don't understand? Me and them are talking about Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein case. Bro, like, come on, you're the judge ask, it's simple. Bro, Vybz Kartel case is different. The day of the public, then the dominance over a decade.
Yes.
You understand? Everybody of them, everybody at Jamaica, the four time know about Vybz Kartel case and the Caribbean.
All right. Well, me have my paper. I'm ready for talk. I have my talking points. So we're going to stay on point and we're going to talk sense. See?
Yeah.
All right, brother. So what you want to say? I'm done it now.
Yeah, I don't say freedom, you know. Freedom shit. Because I'm going to tell you something. You see this? That's I forget it right. Because right now, the justice system of Jamaica, especially appeal for you feel a woman there go down like a baboon. No, she rather do the right thing.
Yeah.
I know so the break the man constitutional right. A lot of people so for hold on. You know, a lot of people understand this is not about guilt or innocence. It's about why prove to me why you need to go trial
again.
Break the man constitutional right. A lot of people don't understand that.
Absolutely.
So that me keep on explain to people and about that. Because not evidence, it's not an evidence thing that are guilt or an innocent thing. It's about why we need a lot of people are comprehend, you know. A keyword, they don't comprehend. They don't follow the bloggers. They see a lot of bloggers. You have this little pies boy when you Surfy, and one when you you see that one when you want a little goofy one when you Surf you. We never know it, they call it exit that.
No, sir, I don't follow nobody, I don't know nobody's name.
No, you know something you see them. I'm just saying you don't go in the confession woman.
I'm going to talk about that.
Everybody know the little lion robot one named Surfy, that little pies left.
I'm going to talk about all of that though. Watch.
All right, that's the best thing. I want to listen, man. See?
Manners and respect, brother.
Yeah, respect.
All right, check it, right? He said a whole lot. He on the case. All right, so let's start off with the major thing that he just said. Him just said the judge it seems like this judge is on the right path. Okay, I went and did a little research on the judge, not too deep, but following the judge's argument in the last day they met, which was Friday, it tells me that this judge is on the right path because the judge asked 4 questions that stumped the prosecution to the point where their answer seemed to the judge like, yeah, that's not good enough. You have to go come better than that. We're going to get into all those, what was said between them. Somebody just asked a question that I myself was concerned about. Let me see who it was. Delroy Gilbert. Big up yourself. Delroy Gilbert said, so SouFLo, you don't find it strange how the judge give the prosecutor until Tuesday, but she was the same one who said this wasn't going past Friday. Me just find it strange though. Me not trust the court system. All right, let me tell you, I feel the same way. That is on my mind because I was going off. For some reason, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and I'm saying, somebody, please do the right thing. Now, mind you, me are the same person we're telling us, this is a coerced, not a coerced, but a cohesion. This is a group of people that's working behind the scenes to make sure that Vybz Kartel stays behind the scenes. We know all the X and O's. We know why they're doing it and all this, right? Pointing them out, but we don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. Just like Valerie Nita Robertson, King's Counsel said, Jamaica is too small and everybody is connected. So you're gonna have people within the justice system. Now, these are my words, not hers. The last part, you're gonna have people in the justice system who've been friends with other people for years. Whether they went to law school together, they're alumni of the same fraternity or the same school, they graduated, get their same degree, whatever, and them come up through the ranks together. So it's like calling my homie over at prosecution and say, yo, don't dash for the case, bro. Make sure you step on that, so and so. And it could sway their thoughts to a bias angle. You know what I'm saying? And Jamaica is way too small. Now, based on this, I'm gonna go off on my list now. Let's start out with the first thing that draw my attention big time. This one. The judge warns that availability of witnesses will be the key to Vybz Kartel's retrial decision. We are going to read a little bit because that's what we do over here. So the Court of Appeal has warned that the murder case involving Vybz Kartel and his 3 co-accused will not be sent back for a retrial if the witnesses are not available to testify. That part, Dessa, I was like, okay, watch this. Big up to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, man. Somebody said, load up records, SouFLo, enough police are watching live. LOL. No, man, but big them up, cause me land at Jamaica, so police are healing me up same way, right? And I never had nothing bad with, no running bad with none of them. This bigger than with police. You understand? Police, I'm a foot soldier. And I've said this before, them give Jamaica police basket for carry water and a straw basket too. So big up to them, same way. Yeah, the good one them. Cause we know we have some dirty one out there. But the good ones are always big them up. Me and them not have no problem. This court will not be sending any case to Supreme Court again to sit and wait until witnesses are found. This is what Justice Marvin McDonald Bishop cautioned during a hearing to determine whether the men need to be retried. McDonald Bishop, the judge, who is leading a panel of 3 judges, raised concerns after questioning the acting director of public prosecution, which is Claudette Thompson, about the availability of the witnesses and their willingness to testify. Where do you purport to tell the court about the availability of the witnesses? Because this is the judge words, the judge says, because we can't send back a case when we know that you are running down witnesses over there, unquote. Exactly how she said it. Thompson, in answer, the acting DPP, said that her colleague, Jeremy Taylor, in his affidavit is a sworn statement that must contain nothing but facts. In his statement, his affidavit indicated that checks were made and that most of the witnesses are available. The judge said all of the witnesses need to be available. His affidavit said most of the witnesses are available, which tells me them can't find some of the witnesses. But it goes deeper than that. But the judge, while emphasizing the importance of this matter as one that will test the retrial process, she asked this. She said, how can we say, with your assertion, just say that these witnesses are available? How can you say that they're available? That means the judge is asking for some proof, right? She don't want you just come in front of her and tell her, say, yes, man, we have the witnesses available. Send it back to retrial now. Everything line up. No, she want proof. This is why I'm saying she's on the right track. She said the court has to know when the witnesses were contacted and they have expressly stated their willingness to appear and to testify. That means that the judge wants to know, did you talk to John John? What date did you talk to John John? Okay, John John is saying the same story he said at the original trial. Yes, John John is saying that he will 100% be there to testify in a retrial. Yes, that is how it has to go. So giving us a list of witnesses in your submission, I believe, doesn't cut it. And the other side has objected. That's what the judge said. She not just want a list of name for them, the prosecution, to say, oh, we have the witness them line up. No, she want proof. Turning to Taylor's affidavit, the judge told Thompson, if you think that is enough, that is a matter for you, while adding that there is no information on whether he had spoken to any of the witnesses, which is the usual practice. We're not going off usual practice. So everybody, if you don't give the court the evidence, you just have to take the consequences, she said. If you don't give the court the evidence, you just have to take the consequences. So she's waiting for her evidence. You said all of them lined up. I'm telling you, if you don't have them, we're not sending it back to retrial. They don't have them. They don't have them. McDonald Bishop, the judge, said that the court would accept Taylor's evidence and would attach the appropriate weight to the evidence. In the meantime, the acting DPP, while responding to the submission from the defense that it will be challenging some of the technological evidence, said even if the evidence were to be challenged, the Crown would still have an objectively strong case. But the judge told her this: I don't think your biggest challenge is really on that. This case isn't about evidence. Oh, it's not. Okay. Justice McDonald Bishop said that there are other critical issues, including, Madam, over here, so the availability of the witnesses. Yeah, the same thing what we've been talking about. Right, right. No matter with the, this is not a trial to say guilt or innocence. This is where we decide if it goes back to trial. And I'm telling you right now, we are talking about witnesses. So redirect, back over here, so. The hearing has been adjourned for today, with the prosecution set to continue making their submissions tomorrow. That's how that article ended, right? That right there, the judge dealing with and saying that, listen, availability of witnesses, if you can't show up with all of them from the first trial, we're not doing it. We're not sending it back. You must understand that the Court of Appeal is higher than the court that would try this case, right? So they have to send it back down if they want it to be retried again. So the judge was saying, we're not sending anything back down, back over there, with if it not properly stitched together. So we're going to do this right, and we're going to do it right this time around, right? 100% this time around. Now, I can't help to think that this is a judge that takes her job seriously and the image of the position she holds seriously. So when they went to Privy Council the other day, go and watch the video again. The law lawyer at Privy Council actually said, like, how did this get past your appeal court? That's embarrassing. He was like, this isn't even necessarily, like, this not even should not necessarily be before us. But since it's here, we'll make the decision. But how did this get past your appeal judge? Forget that it got past the first judge in the original trial, because the first judge that might have erred, made a mistake. But the appeal court is there to catch that mistake. So how come it got past them? Because they made the same ruling that the original judge in the case ruled. Remember I told y'all, 4 judges altogether claimed they missed this mistake, and it went to Privy and got shut down. At the appeal level, the highest level before it would go to Privy Council, it's embarrassing for them. So I don't think that lady here in the embarrassment, and I don't think she's one who is going to go down with the sinking ship. You know, you have some of them that will do any and everything in their power to make sure that the agenda is carried out. I don't know. I don't think that she is one of them. Although you never know. You never know, because conspiracy could be going on behind the scenes. And one thing I've learned working with them, they'll laugh with you all the way to the end and then rule against you completely. And you feel like it's peace and safety when it's sudden destruction because I just saw them do. But I'm hoping that she's not that type. Now, another thing that she brought up was the cost of a new trial. And I hear a lot of Jamaican people saying, so what that mean? If we can't afford one new trial, killers walk free. No, listen, that is not begging, you know. I don't want people to figure things that I beg Vybz Kartel them attorneys are begging and are throwing stuff caution to wind and are saying just, you know, it's gonna cost a lot too. This is actually written in our law. This is actually written in Jamaica's law book that if this case will deplete their funds to fight this case, then is a case you might want to just let go of. You understand? So in other words, then this is one of the things that needs to be considered when you are considering a retrial. The cost of a new trial. The acting DPP, when the judge asked her, so how is this going to be paid for, basically? She just basically said, well, you know, the state will have to foot the bill. Now, mind you, Cartel fight them go all the way to Privy Council, right? Sean Storm and them fight them go all the way to Privy Council. What did King Charles say? That was his ruling, right? King Charles said that the Jamaican government must foot the bill for that process. That means they have to give these people back their money. This hot like divorce. This hot like when time a woman take a top lawyer, divorce you, take half of your everything, gone with your picnic, them have new man in your house, and then the judge rule and say you must also pay for her lawyer fee. The same lawyer what she use sue you, you know, you must now pay for his lawyer fee. I saw me look on it hot. It's a hot lick. So the judge now is thinking, okay, but they already ruled against us, you know. I said we have to go pay for that, you know, the whole first something there. Wanna go through? You know, sister them say King Charles say, oh, we have to go pay for it. Okay. So how we go pay for again now? Cause you want to do a round two. Well, we'll just have to foot the bill again. And she's like, that don't sound like it make no sense to me. That don't sound like it make any sense to me. And I see people thinking this is just some willy-nilly stuff. But I want you to know that this is written into our law. Okay? That's why they're asking it. Right. Now, it is of a concern because it is in the law. It is of a concern to the state that this case could seriously deplete the piggy bank. It's a whole heap of money put into this case. Don't forget, this trial, I believe, lasted 64 days. And then we're talking about the rest of 10 years of appeal, right? You know, take no monkey money to keep lawyers on your case, working your case for 10 years. And just like John Clark, the attorney, said, SouFLoTV said that to his audience before. Me say it. I said, this is not about Vybz Kartel. This is about justice for every Jamaican. The Jamaican them who can't afford to fight that kind of fight. How many of us could fight for 10 years and keep top lawyers on your case for 10 years straight and fight them all the way to Privy Council? And if they decide that they want to take it there again, that you have the finances to go there again, not many. 1% probably. So the rest of 99% of Jamaicans, if they make a false judgment against you, if they put a botched case against you, if them frig up a case and mess up your constitutional rights, violate you, you're just gonna have to nyam it. This is why this bigger than just cartel. I told y'all, man, I said this case right here, it started out just as trying to get a Vybz Kartel, but now it has turned into, it has morphed into something completely different. It's actually changing our laws on the books. It's actually exposing certain things within our system for people in the system to see as well as for the world to see. So now you have law minds, professionals from the outside looking in that are questioning Jamaica's justice system for the first time. So it's not just the poor and the average who are saying, yo, the system frig up enough. No, you got law minds, legal minds, well versed, studied, educated, highly educated legal minds who are saying, yo, what are they doing in Jamaica? This is wrong all the way around. What? Nah, it can't be. This has to weigh heavy on the people who are in this profession and at the height of this profession. Cause start make your profession look like a monkey something you wanna deal with, right? And it sticks to your reputation. It soils your reputation if you're a part of it. So some people will go down with the sinking ship and some people won't. And I don't think that this particular judge is one of them that is going to go down with the sinking ship. Me not talk about lizard, me not talk about where lizard was. I ain't talking about none of that. And the reason why I don't is because from the standpoint of where the case is, this ain't about lizard. This now is about the case itself, even disregarding lizard. We're talking about witnesses. We're talking about are they available to come forward. We're talking about the cost of the case. We're talking about the length of time it would take to have a retrial. These are the things we're talking about now, right? Risk of violation of their constitutional rights. I believe it was said that their constitutional rights was violated, but it was justified. Just I have to laugh. It was justifiably violated. Yeah, I'm going to just justifiably commit a crime. And then when we go before the judge, I'm going to tell her, I say it's justified. Because, yeah, Your Honor, you know, I did hungry still, so I just teep off the people them something and just nyam off the whole light and sell what I could have sell and pocket the rest of the money. I know I did a thief still enough, but it was justified because I did hungry and I did broke. What justification is there for violating someone's constitutional rights? Can't be none. But I've learned that in Jamaica, they can gather evidence and they can violate your constitutional rights also if they can see within the law that it's possible or it's passable. You know what I mean? Now, a risk of his constitutional rights, I believe the last thing the judge said was she doesn't see where the constitutional rights was violated, but a retrial might definitely violate his constitutional rights. That was the last saying. The timeline. There's a timeline that the judge is asking for. The case needs to be tried in a fair amount of time, given the state of the case, given the years that this case has been sitting on the books, given the fact that they fought it all the way to Privy Council and did get an overturn on the guilty verdict, right? So now, how long are you going to hold them in lockup for? Because as it stands right now, according to the law, these men are not convicts serving time. These men are normal citizens who are accused of a crime, which is murder. So they are detained pending trial, right? They're no longer criminals convicted and serving time. How long are you going to hold them in lockup for? How quick would a retrial happen? The acting DPP answered the judge and said they could make it happen by 2026. All right. Let me show you, said this judge non-play, right? The judge actually asked for a list of cases. First, the judge was like, this not really make no sense to me because she's in the system. She knows this. There are cases that are backed up. 2025, sorry. Say Ben TV, thank you. 2025. The judge was like, nah, I don't think so. Give me a list of cases that are similar and has a tentative date to go before the courts. So they're supposed to bring the judge a list. They brought a list. On that list, cases that are similar, people are waiting their day to be called up. It is said that it is about 6 or 7 of those cases or something like that, 5 or 7 of those cases. 2 of them have no set date at all. and the others, one is supposed to be called up next year, and the other one is supposed to be called up a couple more years from now, or something like that. So basically, what the judge is saying is this: how can you guarantee that this, because this has to be done in a speedy manner, how can you guarantee a speedy trial so their constitutional rights are not violated, right? How could you put it at the front of the line? There are people who are waiting. There are other cases that are on backlog. People charged with the same murder, cases on backlog, people waiting to clear their name. Is it fair to the other citizens to just bump for them case out of the way and tell them, say, you're going to have to wait till years later? We have to try the cartel case now. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are taken into factor now. Details of the case and its evidence widely publicized. Will there be a fair trial? That's another question that weighs heavily on should there be a retrial. Details of this case and its evidence that was used in the case, that gone a road long time, and people have had a lot of time to talk about it, to twist it their way, to spread lies and rumors. You know, some of these bloggers, vloggers stay, they will take the true story, and me and my close audience, them, we talk about this all the time, how they sensationalize stuff. Say, for instance, somebody said, yo, Chang grocery store got robbed last night. Two gunmen went in there, they brandished two firearms, and they stole $1 million and made their escape. That's the story. Some of these people who call themselves bloggers and vloggers, right? In order to get more views and likes, that's a boring story to the average audience. See? So people don't necessarily want to hear truth. They want more of an excitement. Because they'll listen to that story. They'll listen to me tell them the real story, right? And then they'll be like, SouFlo, you don't have the whole story, man. If you need to go over so and so TV, you have the real story, a real thing going. They would take that simple story, and next thing you hear, yo, and the man going there, you know, is a shotgun him use and blew off the man head and Mr. Brains everywhere, you know. And this one are dead, and up here some mash up salacious Lady J, exactly. So they would spin the story and spin, and guess what has happened to the Vybz Kartel story? It has been spun and spun and spun. Them all know it's still a spin. Like any professional ballerina, that the story that no top spin. That's why we hear today Vybz Kartel murder enough man already. So them catch him for one now, so I know nothing. Who you think started that? Want me bring you back to who started that? Because I've been doing this for years. Who you think started that? It was a police commissioner that went on national television in Jamaica after Vybz Kartel's conviction and said that to the Jamaican people. Vybz Kartel is the leader of a gang that is responsible for over 100 murders across the island of Jamaica. That's exactly the words he said, right? Owen Ellington, see it there? Rockstar 860, know what me I talk about. So, and the day when he said that, right, I said to myself, said, blood fire, cartel leader of a gang. A which gang? Me never hear about that gang yet. And my ears to the streets. And they're responsible for over 100 murder. Oh my God. The first thing I said to myself, I said, this is the demon. Go look at my old videos. I said, this is the demonization that comes before the crucifixion. Because in order to crucify somebody that is held highly in high regards, you have to demonize the character first. Else the people won't let you get away with the crucifixion. You're going to be martyring that person. See? So I saw it right then and I said, yo, I'm waiting for the proof for this. Now, what I want y'all to understand is this, right? As Jamaicans, even though enough of it unruly, same way, we still have some level of respect for authority. So we are trained from we little to take the words of pastor, take the words of teacher, take the words of priest, take the words of a police, take the words of high-ranking officials and government officials as the truth. So when a person like Owen Ellington gets on national television and makes a statement like that, it is a damaging statement that will reverberate for years to come, because a lot of the people at the time wasn't even onto YouTube and social media yet. Them watch TV, they listen to their bigger heads, and then bigger heads come out, prime minister come out, head of police come out, say anything. That is law for them, and they carry that for years. This is why you see it has matured over the years. What you must understand is this: anybody that was 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, then they're 23 and 24 years old now. So that's a big difference. No 10-year-old thinks like a 23-year-old, right? And that's a big gap in time. This is how long this case has been out in the public, with all the details for it and all the opportunities with the rise of social media, to include TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the platforms. And everybody is mixing and twisting, and there is absolutely no Jamaican available who does not know anything about this case. This is how you eliminate a potential juror. You ask a couple of questions. Are you familiar with this case? A juror might want to be on the jury so they can give their personal opinion, but they'll pretend, so they'll lie and say, no, I don't really know anything about this case. The next thing they're going to ask them is, do you think that you'll be able to listen to the details of the case, study the evidence given, and form a non-biased opinion? And they will say yes. Right. Given the fact you don't know much about the case or anything at all, and you're willing to sit and give it an open mind and come up with a non-biased opinion, you would make a good juror. Jamaica don't have that. Every friggin' person in Jamaica know about Vybz Kartel case. Me not care who you be. I don't care. So when the prosecution goes before the appeal court and say, even with some of the stuff, the judge even asks them, how did information about the evidence that was used in this trial, how did that make it into the public domain? Of course, they shot back and said, well, you know, the evidence was shared not only with us, but also with the defense team. So it could have been the defense team that let the evidence out into the public also, which is fair talk, right? Let's keep it balanced. Let's keep it real. Anybody could have put it out there, but at the end of the day, the reality is that it's out there, and it's been out there. So there is no way that you can try this case unbiasedly. Everybody in a Jamaica have an opinion. If you talk to somebody one corner you go, you might, depending on who they listen to on social media and what stream of media they follow that has influenced their minds about this case, you will have them say stuff like, "I'm for telling them man, they don't know good for Jamaica." And then you will turn the next corner and you will ask them and you will hear, yo, them need to free up the man. You understand? But everybody, from the oldest person to the youngest who have some level of understanding about this thing, who is old enough to be a juror, has some kind of opinion already about this case, and it's a biased opinion to one side or to another side. Impossible, completely impossible to get a fair trial in Jamaica, right? Are witnesses available? No, not all of them. The prosecution claims they have some witnesses. The judge asked them, the judge said all the witnesses need to be available. They gave a list of names. The judge says the list of names is not good enough. That's not how we're going to do it this time, because we're not going to send this case back to Supreme Court with you over here chasing witnesses. We need to know that you found them, that you've been speaking to them, that they are willing, and they've expressed to you that they are willing to come back to court to at a new trial and testify and say the same things they said before. That stumped them because they don't have it. They don't have it. So that's the Vybz Kartel thing there. Now, for the people them, and for the people them who keep up with this, murderers shouldn't get bail. It's funny how y'all want to change the law when it's somebody you don't like. You know, it's for years I've been saying, why they give murderers bail in Jamaica? Me not hear no say, I true y'all talking on SouFLo. Why them give murderer bail in Jamaica? You know what I hear? Shut up and stop talking about Jamaica, man. Y'all always make Jamaica look bad. Y'all talk about Y'all never say nothing. But now Vybz Kartel could get bail. Murderer shouldn't get bail. Remember, he's not considered a murderer anymore, right? Because the conviction was lifted. It was quashed. He is considered an innocent citizen who is accused of murder. That part. Right. So with that, maybe I need to go into some of the cases that just happened in Jamaica just this year. But we'll save that for a minute. So the hearing to determine if dancehall artist Vybz Kartel and his co-appellants will face a retrial has been extended. Initially, the hearing was expected to end on Friday. However, the matter will continue Tuesday in the Court of Appeal. It is expected that on Tuesday, defense lawyers will respond to submissions that were made by the prosecution. The Crown has argued that a retrial should be held in the interest of justice. The Crown is the DPP. They represent the Crown. This is the prosecuting arm of the law. They are arguing that there should be a retrial, which is, we already know that. And in court, prosecutor Janet Forbes cited several cases in which retrials were ordered. Mr. Forbes also pointed out that publicly of Kartel's case or publicity of Kartel's case will not affect a new trial, and it will not affect a new jury in a retrial. Now, all that I just said before this points to that. He's up there trying to convince the Court of Appeal, the panel of 3 judges, that all the publicity in this case that has been going on for all these years will not affect putting a jury together to have a retrial. That is a slap in the face of those 3 judges, if you ask me. Because either they're slow or they're biased if they think that there's any way that they can actually assemble a jury pool of people who know nothing about this case. The matter of the fact is, even people like me are included who have taken this case over the years, who have broken down this case over the years. You think a little bit of people come here and listen to a breakdown and then them say, you know, boy, SouFLo, you know, sir, me used to say them impitan in there, you know. But after listening to you, and I didn't know this, I didn't know that, I didn't know this. What I'm trying to say to you as my audience is, we've been out here swaying opinions, right? And the whole platform thing, social media thing has grown tremendously. Back when Kartel them get incarcerated and went to prison, we had about 5 Jamaican vloggers, 4 or 5. And most of them were doing dancehall music reviews and stuff like that, right? And then over the years, now we have like 150 of them, and everybody I do the same topic them. That's why I try to do different topics from, well, I have to anyways, because I stay true to myself. You know what I mean? Everybody is unique in their own way. I'm a Jamaican, I live outside of Jamaica, but I'm frequently in Jamaica, so my content is going to be a bit different. It's going to be heavily mixed with where I spend a lot of days at and these things. So at the same time, I am one of them who can attest that we've been here swaying minds for years. So it's going to be impossible to find a jury who is not swayed one way or another. Now, meanwhile, the Court of Appeal made reference to a report from the Supreme Court which outlined the length of time a retrial and other cases took to be disposed of. The court had requested that information, which will guide this decision. The report outlined that of the cases that were sent for retrial over the last 6 years, 2 murder matters have not yet even had dates set to be heard. And the rest, they have dates, but the dates are far out. So how are you going to push up? You see, that's what I said. The judge said, come here, give me the last 6 years worth of cases. Let me see that are similar to this, and let me see how quick any of them got called up. Two of them are murder cases that don't even have a date set yet, and the rest have dates that are far out. So how are you gonna promise me that 2025, you can kick off a retrial? You can't. You can't. You're gonna have to push a whole bunch of other people cases out the way, violate other people's constitutional rights in order to get this one through. That is how bad them want the man have to stay behind bars, you know. This is how bad they want them to stay behind bars. I believe he's coming out too. I believe he's coming out too. As a Jamaican, it's not my job to go around preaching like the most disheartening things about Jamaica. We're a young country and we're trying to get things right and we're working hard at fixing ourselves so that one day in the future we can say, yo, we used to be back a wall and backwards, you know, but we think up to date now. You know what I mean? But I find myself losing hope a lot because you look on some things what them do and you're like, oh my God, why? That can be nothing but behind the scenes planning and some, you know, some sinister plot happen what make this happen kind of thing. But for me, when I talk about Jamaica, Jamaica for me is a glass that's always half full. It's not half empty. But regardless of how you look at it, it's still half. You know what I mean? Right. I try to keep a positive aspect to things. So I do believe that they're coming out. I don't think it will be Tuesday. If it's Tuesday, me I go Bex because I just left Jamaica and I could have released him when me did down there. But I have to make a beeline and rewind. But whatever day we get it, we'll take that day. But I don't think it's Tuesday because it says that they'll be wrapping things up on Tuesday. So it doesn't mean that they'll wrap things up on argument still has to be done, right? It is expected that on Tuesday, the defense lawyers will respond, right? So the defense lawyers will respond to submissions that were made by the prosecution. So arguments on Tuesday will still be going on both sides. And now, like the first comment said, the judge did say this will not go beyond Friday. We cannot go beyond Friday. And here we are beyond Friday, right? So my hopes up, but it ain't too up. May I give them time to work out them something still, whatever it is they're working out, the fiascos behind the scene. But I do believe that freedom is near. That's why if you look at the icon for this video, it says freedom is near, right? It's coming. I absolutely believe that it's coming. On the conditions of how it's going to happen, that's a whole nother story. But I do believe that it's coming. And yes, Michael Dwyer, the law lords in the UK are watching this case closely. And like I said from the first video, they threw this back to Jamaica Court of Appeal for a reason. They want to see something because they said it there. Go back, if you can, go back to the Privy Council website and watch that case there. It's on case file. You can look it up and watch it again, right? Listen to what they're talking about. Listen to their words, their language, their mannerisms. They're basically were saying like, this shouldn't even be before us. It's like they can't govern themselves. Why did this come before us? This should have been handled at how come they didn't see this at appeal level? Yeah. Okay, since it's here, we're gonna deal with it here. So then let's throw it back to them and see what they do with it. Let's give them a chance to correct what it is they should have corrected or deal with this in a manner that is according to law. They are being watched. They're being watched closely, and I know that they know it. But one thing about Jamaican, and not just the politician them, but it's people in positions of power. None of them have ever come out yet in history and say, I was wrong. I made a bad decision, a bad call, I apologize. Nothing like that, ever. If you can show me one record of that ever being done, I'll pay you. Never. So in their eyes, they are never wrong. And they will fight tooth and nail, and they will go down with the sinking ship just to prove that their wrong was right. And people like them there, me no trust. The only kind of people I trust are people who are able to hold themselves accountable and can look back on something and say, you know, honestly, we should not have made this decision. I see clearly where we went wrong, right? A big apology. Let's move forward from this because we're trying to be a better system and a better people. That, I can bow down to that. I can respect that. I respect any human being that's like that. But when you hold on upon your wrong, and you have to kill everybody in the room just to prove that your wrong was right, you're a dangerous person. You're the kind of person that everybody needs to be afraid of. So I look at them like in that way too. Like them just a double down upon them wrong. You know? They just double. You cannot call. Facts don't lie. People do. Facts don't lie, people do. You can call right now, family, before I go into the last part of this video. Yeah. So I'll await your call. But yeah, so the court has required this information, and the report outlined that one of the cases for the retrial over the last 6 years, 2 murder cases that don't even have dates set yet, no date set at all. The lawyers representing Vybz Kartel and appellants have given several reasons why the court should not have a retrial and should set the men free. And we're going to see what happens then, right? Feel free to call right now. If you want to call right now, we're kind of going to wrap it up soon. This was supposed to be an hour to an hour 15 minutes. It's wifey birthday. We get a nice seafood tray around there, which I'm going to actually do a video on and compare it to the food that I got in from Sharky's, because I believe I can give some constructive criticism to my people then, right? Star K, big up yourself, family. Star K say happy Father's Day, my G. How was yard? Boy, yard, nice boy. Yeah, I don't know when me have the back so, but you know the money I call me and yard expensive too. So you gotta have them dollars, you know. But we have set ourselves up properly, man. Trust me. Because in due time, that's where the boots supposed to meet the ground more on a daily basis than anything else. Right a yard, that's up. See? Bless up SouFLoTV family. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. And again, happy Father's Day to all the dads, all the real father them in here. Standing up to your responsibilities, taking care of your family. Your youth, them know who you are and they respect you. And them say, Daddy, and them love you. And all that, that's your badge of honor. Wear that with pride. See? And again, for the woman them who have a man like this in their life, treat him something special today. Do him something special today. That way. Yeah. BM says Jamaica always good. Jamaica always good. We always have things that go on, but Jamaica always good. Jamaica is my recharge. When me there for it, I stress out. Y'all can tell too. I think my audience who's been with me long enough, you could tell when I'm starting to get burnt out. You can't just look for me and know, say, yo, I'm about to book a ticket. We can't see it. We can't see it. Cause, and I do. Book a ticket and go, I'm going to breathe some fresh air up in the hills and eat some good food straight from earth and balance myself and come again, you know? Yeah. Somebody asked if they could call. I'm talking long-winded. There's no call coming in. The last part of this video, BM says, I'm happy that everything went well. Happy for you and your family. Oh, let me say this. A lot of people heal me up, you know, and it's all love. I don't have no, if you listen to social media, you would have think that you have more enemies out there than anything else. And I tell people this all the time. So real life happens outside of social media. Because when my boot meet the ground in Jamaica and I'm there standing up, walking around, first of all, I'm not afraid to jump out nowhere. Me drive go anywhere in Jamaica and jump out anywhere. I mean, I have no enemy. I get healed up everywhere I go. It's not, me not have to hide. I don't hide myself and nothing like that. And me don't have nobody a rush me and I talk about, hey boy, or nothing. It's always a good vibe. Sometimes I go past some end and I, yo, SouFLoTV, yeah, be running them party and these kind of things, right? And I love that. And I want to keep it exactly like that. Yeah. Love the people and will love me. But my love for Jamaica, man, is just something else. So the call's not coming in, so let's move into this last segment. Father and son. So the people who are saying Vybz Kartel should not get bail because although the Privy Council quashed the conviction, which means he's no longer considered a convicted murderer, but a citizen who has been accused of murder, now the state will have to prove a case against him. He's no different from any other Jamaican who has been charged with murder. So for those of you who want to change the law now, murderer shouldn't get bail. You weren't advocating a long time ago. I gave you all a list of cases, but you never pay attention to the list of cases, so I'm going to go into them. All right? Let's start out with this first one. The first one says, and this was printed June 14th of 2024. So I'm not going to way back to tell you nothing. I'm telling you about stuff that's happening right now. So if you in yourself can justify how other people should get this, but it shouldn't apply to him, then you're a part of the problem. Let's take this phone call real quick. Live on the air with SouFLoTV. Hello?
Hello?
Manners family, hey, you have us on speaker or something? Cause we're not gonna hear you. Your phone sound like you're underwater.
No, but not the phone. Not the phone speaker.
No?
Yeah.
You
But
sound
that's why I say big up yourself, man, and think, man, and you're doing a good job, my brother. And happy Father's Day to you, my brother.
all right, manners and respect to you, brother. And you have children too? Or you get children?
Yeah, man, we get one man, but the passed away, you know.
Oh God. Mm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
condolences for that.
We work again and come back, you know.
Yeah, but I still happy Father's Day to you, but I'm not happy.
Yeah, man, no respect for
Yeah.
that, man, and thing, man. You're doing a good thing, my brother. I always come and listen and watch you.
Mm-hmm.
Big up yourself, my brother, because you teach me a lot, you know.
Manners and respect, my
Yeah,
brother.
man.
Manners.
Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Come
All
on,
right.
watch your thing.
One love.
Yeah, man, same thing, my brother.
Sure. Man losing one child. Mm. Boy, God, if I'm ever ungrateful, I swear, please choke me up and make me know. No, nothing to be ungrateful about. Not a thing. Not a thing. All when my problem them dep on my head top, me still find reason to be happy. Cause if me lose one of my own them, you know, me I lose it, you know, man. Me I lose it. 6 me have, you know. Now, let's get into these cases. See, I'm gonna run through these just to show you. June 14th, 2024, happening right now in front of our eyes. Montego Bay, Jamaica. A man who was charged alongside his father with a fatal shooting of a woman and the injuring of her female relative at their home in Flower Hill, St. James, has been granted bail. 2 man shooter, allegedly, according to the charges, a woman and her female relative, and they were granted bail. Flower Hill resident Lavon Jaja Cook is jointly charged with 57-year-old Wilfred Kong Cook with murder and with wounding with intent because one person dead and the other one survived. The 2 women, like the 2 men, them allegedly shot up and them get bail. During Wednesday's hearing, the Crown objected to bail for the younger Cook on the basis that he posed a flight risk. The court clerk expressed concerns that following the commission of a crime, Lavon left the area and went to Westmoreland. They're thinking he went to hide out because his name was circulating heavily, and instead of going to the police, he pack up and leave the area, despite being aware that his name was being called in relation to the murder, and only turned himself in a month later when they were hot out for him. However, defense attorney Henry McCurdy argued that his client posed no flight risk. He called his lawyer and his lawyer took him in when he found out that the police were looking for him, is what his attorney said. Right. Now, during the proceedings, presiding judge Keisha Grant Price, who noted that Lavon was identified by an alias and did not appear on an official identification parade as he was required to do in those circumstances, she described the prosecution case as weak. After hearing arguments from both the defense and the prosecution, the judge granted Lavon bail in the amount of $500,000 with up to 2 sureties under the conditions that he report to a specific police station on specific days and he stay away from Flower Hill. He also instructed them to surrender their travel documents and a stop order would be imposed on all ports so they cannot leave the island. He is scheduled to return to court July 24th when the case will be mentioned. Let's see if that case they call up July 24th. Now, in respect to the elder Cook, because his 2 brothers, his bail, he was already on bail, his bail was extended. According to the allegations, about 3:30 p.m. on March 17th, 36-year-old security guard Nastasia Smith and her relatives, they were inside of their homes chilling with other family members when both men, armed with firearms, entered the yard, opened fire on them through a window in a bedroom before escaping in the area. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Smith was seen laying on her back in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to her chest. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead, and the other woman was treated and released. Both Wilford and Lavon Cook were arrested and they were charged with murder, and they both got bail. So no one change the law now, right? Murderer shouldn't get bail. That's a one story, you know. That happened this year, you know. But now dig up no old thing tell you, you know. Here's another one for you. May 3rd, 2024. In case you don't believe, say, murderer out here get bail in a Jamaica. So me not understand the whole him fi turn in there and him not forget no bail. Y'all don't know how the laws work in Jamaica or what? One of the two men who were arrested and charged by the police in connection to a daring daylight double murder in downtown Montego Bay, St. James, has been granted bail after nearly a year in custody. His name is Richard Lowe. He's 33 years old. He was offered bail also in the sum of the magical number $500,000 in the St. James Circuit Court on Friday. His attorney, Donovan Collins, has confirmed. His co-accused, taxi operator Ronaldo Linton, was 25 years old, was earlier refused bail. His co-accused refused bail, him granted bail, the two of them charged for murder. Collins said that his client is grateful. He has been offered bail, noting that from day one, he has vehemently denied any involvement in any murder, and he can't wait for the day when this matter is placed before the courts so he can have it disposed of and clear his name. Lau and Linton have been charged with murder. They have also been charged with conspiracy to murder. They have also both been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon related to the shooting deaths of Ramon McFarlane, a 31-year-old, and Ayade Gooden, a 27-year-old. It's a double murder. The police reports are that McFarlane, also called Brown Man, and Gooden, also called Siva. Siva, by the way, is Sean Storm's other name. But Gooden and Brown, Gooden and McFarlane, which is Brown Man and Siva, both from St. James, they were killed after a motor vehicle in which they were traveling was sprayed with bullets near the intersection of Harbor and Union Street in downtown Montego Bay about 3:20 p.m. in broad daylight. Investigations led to these two individuals who were arrested and then charged with murder. You must know this. Them not just charge you with murder, so. Them can't just pick you up and just say, murder, you're charged with. In Jamaica, how the law works is you're picked up, you're ran through a series of question and answers, questioning in the presence of an attorney. Investigating officers have done their footwork. They have some kind of lead that led to you, right? So when them catch you now, them are going to start say, well, you know, say your name call up in this. Well, you know, we have two eyewitnesses. Well, you know, we are going to have an ID parade. Well, all right, line up the ID parade, bring in the two witnesses, then point you out. Or, you know, so it's not always a conspiracy to get just a random person and charge them with murder. I'm just showing you how you end up charged with murder. So all these people, that's just the second case. I can go on and on. I gave you all a list last week on a live of about 7 cases that happened in Jamaica just this year alone. And we are only at the month of June, who all got bail. So for the people who keep saying Cartel them for turn in there, and yeah, we don't give murder and not get bail. It's funny how y'all want to change the law when it applies to the person you don't like, right? But I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. Me no want to live in another world. Then. I don't want to live in that. And in my book, it's like this. It's justice for one and justice for all. Or no rotted justice at all. I don't want to live in a society where it works for some people and it don't work for some people. I want it to be straight across the board. This is why we have to do our due diligence to fight, to make sure that it is done straight across the board. right? So if the standard in the country is that nobody charged for murder gets bail, I can respect that. But you can't give John charged for murder. Well, what kind of murder him do? Boy, them say him kick off the door, you know, and spray the two women them in there with bullet and one dead and one survive. Him and him brother. And him get bail. Two big man kick off a door with woman in there and picnic and spray the place with bullet, kill two women in there and him get bail. Yeah. All right. Zeke, him now get no bail. Well, what Zeke do? Well, them say a murder him commit to, you know. Yeah, them say him and a man did a fight and, you know, him stop the man in him, but them no want bail him. Murder is murder. So if everybody don't get bail because your charge is murder, that's respected. But you can't have this one that get bail, that the one that don't get bail, especially when me as a person who you consider to be a media person, a blogger or a vlogger or whatever them want to call me, especially when it's so easily accessible for me to just pull it up in front of you and read through these cases and give you dates. The first case is in Jamaica Gleaner. It was printed May 3rd, 2024. The next one, Jamaica Gleaner, printed this one is printed April 25th, 2024. No, lie. The first case was father and son on murder charge granted bail 3 days ago. Jamaica Observer, 3 days ago. The second one with the two brother them, Jamaica Gleaner, May 3rd, 2024. I was about to read a fourth one to you, and that was printed April 25th, 2024, Jamaica. And it was the schoolboy them, the two school youth them. And one of them stabbed up the next one and killed him. And he got offered bail as well. And then there's a next one about a 19-year-old man facing murder charges. He was granted bail as well. And if you go, and his name is Sherwin Sewell. If you go into these cases and read them up, you will see that they're happening now. So you can't stand in front of a person like me who knows what's happening and can show you and expect me to just be like, oh, you know, you're right. I shouldn't get no bail. Why I shouldn't get no bail? He did 13 years already, 10 after conviction or 11 or 12 after conviction, however many them years they got. And it went to Privy Council and it was overturned. And that verdict is null and void. And you still want him stay in a lockup? The system already got 13 years out of Kartel then. At this point, to make an apology for the way they blundered the case in the first place, to set things back on a level to where people can have some kind of faith in the justice system, I think it's only fair and it's only right for the Court of Appeals to see that, one, they don't have all the witnesses and the judge is demanding all of them be there. For two, the prosecution, DPP, intend to be loyal as hell to Paula Llewellyn's agenda because Paula Llewellyn run that place for the longest. Go and look at her history and see how long she's been there and been the big boss there. And nobody kill me dead. She's still throwing darts from behind the scenes. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion, right? They're loyal to her agenda, but they're not loyal to what is really real. I want the 3 panel judges to face this and to answer this with nothing but truth. Availability of witnesses can't happen. Not going to be good. The cost of a new trial, rotten expensive, too much for the government to bear. Plus, they have another bill they have to pay, which was ordered by Prince Charles, ordered that the government of Jamaica should foot that bill as well. Risk of violation of their constitutional rights. The judge already said it. Maybe it wasn't violated in the first round, but to have a retrial done, it could very well violate their rights. So a risk of a violation of their constitutional rights, the judge already admitted that it was done. It's there, right? And also the fact that so many murderers have gotten bail. So what makes Vybz Kartel and my boy any different? Be fair, be balanced, right? And show us that this is not about a vendetta and a vindictiveness and some kind of coercion to go after this one individual, because this is how it look like to it. Come Tuesday, we will see what happens. Leave your comments in the comment section. Continue this conversation. Just know We've put in our work over the years on this case. I'll end this video by saying this. I like a flighty young lady the other day said, SouFLoTV don't even like Vybz Kartel, you know. Him not even know nothing about Kartel. Him just mention Kartel name so him can get views and likes. Shout out to all the people who've been riding with me from day one. I mean, me, like I said before, who was 10 is 23 now. I mean, I'm the first person who said free Vybz Kartel as a vlogger. And other vloggers fought me over it for years. And then when they thought it could get them likes and views, they started jumping on the topic, and nobody wanted to do dancehall music review and new song review anymore. They started talking about issues in Jamaica. You understand? Go look that up. But I'm just saying, them used to call the channel here Gaza channel. Because I be a cartel something we used to do, along with everything else that we did, because we've been on this case since day one, right? So this is not about, oh, you love cartel so much. This is about justice. This is about the Jamaica's justice system. This is about each and every one of us. We have a style. We love act like it don't affect we. Till it happen to a favorite uncle or a brother or a sister or it land on with doorstep. Then everybody start ball out. Boy, help me now. That's where we at with it. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. Big up yourself. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Talk your talk. I don't have anything biased against anybody's different opinion from mine. Just keep it respectful, because I go back to the comments, and anything disrespectful, no dash for your comment. But you can disagree, but keep it respectful. All right. I'm out. Peace.